Hi friends, Nick here from Technology Lowdown. Today we're talking about fiber optic network cables, and why I'm doing this today is I've got a project coming up where I'm running fiber to my shed because I'm going to be using the shed as my offsite backup. I'm getting a new shed built, so I thought I may as well take the extra time to run some fiber there, some network and security leads. The network will be the backup cable and the fiber will be the primary. So I had recorded some content earlier, but I accidentally deleted it. So unfortunately, I don't have the unwrapping of the cable, but there's nothing too special about it. It's just a 30-meter fiber optic patch cable. Now, the title of today's video is about cheap fiber. Can you actually trust it? Does it actually work? So the fiber which I sourced today was from eBay. So if we jump on over to eBay, you can see that there is a large amount of fiber that you can get. A fair bit of it comes from out of China, like this one here, $60 for 30 meters of OM3 cable. And 30 meters is the length of cable that I was after for the project that I'm doing, because from my network cabinet to the shed, by the time I run the cable, it's 30 meters and it's pre-terminated as I don't have the equipment to do fiber terminations. So I'll add in also that the type of cable which I've ran, it's not like a multi-core fiber cable similar to this one, which would perhaps have shielding around the cables, but the type of cable I have, it's just within the silicon or the PVC type of cable, which it is. So the type of cable I've got is OM3 and it's multi-mode cable. I've got a copy of the test data here for the cable which I've got, which is a 28 meter OM3 cable, and it says that the quality control allowed it. So the cable that I actually brought is this one here on eBay. It was retailing for $20 and it was in Australia, so I thought, you beaut, it'll be here within the week if I get it express post up. So I've got this cable. It's called, it's from excelnetworking.com. So let's see if this one actually works. So how am I going to test this? I'm going to test it by plugging it into my switch here, and then into a fiber to Ethernet media converter, and then I'll transfer a file across there and see if I'm actually getting a link, and that should tell me if it's actually working. So I've ran that lead out and I'm at the dining room table. So I've got this multi-mode cable here. I'm plugging it into this TP-Link gigabit Ethernet media converter, which basically just converts the fiber into Ethernet. So if we have a look here, you can see we have a link light there for activity. So it looks like that this is likely going to work. I've got my laptop here just to give this a little test and see how we go. So I've got that network cable plugged in, I've got link activity for the fiber, and the bottom one there is, the bottom light there is for the network cable. So it looks like I've got activity. I'll show you the screen. Okay, so we've got network. Let's see if we've connected, 1000 megabits. And we'll just see if we get an IP address. And it looks like we've got an IP address. So that is good. We're connected there. Let's do an SSH file copy and we'll see if we can get a file. So I'll copy this ISO. And I'll place it here on the desktop. And what rate are we copying at? I think pretty quick. Looks to be copying at about 70 megabytes per second, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's a good speed. So it looks like that fiber cable worked quite well, and in a couple of weeks' time I'll run it through the conduit. I didn't get a chance to do it today, but I figure it's probably better to do it once the shed's built. That way any of the cables I install shouldn't get damaged by the shed builders or the electrician that's going to be doing work in there. Well, stay tuned for that video in probably about a month to 6 weeks' time. We'll see how we go. But thanks for watching, and if this video's been good, please like it. If you'd like to see more, subscribe. And don't forget to tap the bell if you would like to receive notifications. Bye.